Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Granny and that ape were at it again.
I thought I told you to call the zoo to come get that thing.
Well, I did. They said they had to fetch along a bunch of police and tranquilizer guns and stuff.
He is a stout rascal. Come on.
Aha! Now I got ya. Stop that bellowing, you ungrateful goomer. We took you out of the cage at the zoo, fetched you home, give you nice clothes, and now you're balk at doing a few chores. Get to the kitchen and mop that floor. Aha! Now you're gonna... Let me go! Let me go!
Sounds like she caught him.
Let me go!
Or he caught her.
Let go or I'll tear the hair off your head! Had enough? You didn't hurt my gorilla, did you, Granny? You fetch him back and I'll fan his tail till he lights up like a lightning bug.
Now, Granny, you and that ape best call it a draw. You kicked him down the cellar steps, he throwed you through the door. Keep this up and somebody's gonna get hurt.
Hey! Here comes 3 cars full of police.
Oh, they's fixing to shoot my gorilla. Fetch my shotgun, I'll hold them off.
Police use tranquilizer guns to calm him down.
Let's see, can we get him to take a shot at Granny?
Whose side are you on?
On me, everybody. I say we as well rid of that bad-tempered varmint.
Well, I got to admit he ain't as much fun as Herby.
Yeah, that first gorilla Mr. Drysdale sent over was a dandy.
Yeah, I'll say. Well, he was chopping wood and
Washing and ironing.
And looking after my credit.
digging taters.
Hey, he did take the chores real good.
Please, Pa, let's get Herby back.
Yeah, let's get him back.
All right, I'll call Mr. Drysdale.
You heard me, Herby. You're going back to the Clampetts.
No thanks, Mr. Drysdale.
What do you mean, no thanks? Why'd you bring the gorilla suit?
To show you the damage from the last visit. These hands used to be the same color as that face.
Oh, what did that?
Granny's Lysol.
Well, don't wash your hands.
That's from washing clothes.
Oh, a little shoe polish won't fix it. Now, come on.
No thanks. That suit's too hot. And Jethro made me chop 2 cords of wood, dig 5 bushels of potatoes, and haul a whole acre of...
Tommy, boy, that's good for you. You're putting it on in a few places.
Every place but my wallet.
Oh, I see. Money towards, eh? How about that?
You're whispering.
All right. Here's, $200.
No thanks.
I'll double it for you.
You will?
Yes. Here.
Forget it.
Yeah, you're right. Do it for kicks.
I've had my kicks. Every time I growled, Granny would lay those big army boots right here.
Miss Mr. Clampett and Ellie Mae are here to see you.
Oh, my gosh. Hide this suit. Tell me, have a heart. Jed Clampett has more than $60 million in my bank. If he finds out that Herby wasn't a real gorilla, I'll lose it.
In other words, this whole thing is money in your pocket.
Tommy, would I send you back to the Clampetts just For money?
Mr. Drysdale, for money, you'd send Custer back to the Indians.
Drysdale.
Just a minute, Mr. Clampett. Come in. Come in.
Mr. Drysdale. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had company.
It's quite all right, Mr. Clampett. Oh, I want you and your lovely daughter to meet this wonderful gentleman, Mr. Thomas F. Kelly. F for faithful. Never betrays a friend.
Howdy, Mr. Kelly. I'm pleased to shake your hand. This here's my daughter, Ellie Mae.
Howdy.
Hi.
Where's Miss Jane?
Where did she go? Oh, there she is. Okay, take your coffee break.
Well, I didn't see her slip out there.
Awfully thin girl.
Mr. Kelly, sorry to bust in on you like this. You a banker?
No, I'm a gorilla.
He means he's in the gorilla business. This is the man who owns Herby.
Do tell.
Where is he, Mr. Kelly?
I'm afraid Herbie's retired.
Oh, gee.
That's too bad.
But we can wake him up. He's retired, sleeping right in here. Wake up, Herbie! There's somebody here to see you. Get ready and come out, you sweet old gorilla.
Just a minute, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, now, Tommy, relax. He wants Herbie to get his beauty sleep.
As I recollect, looked like he could use some.
We haven't made a deal. We will. Greatest guy in the world. One of nature's noblemen, Thomas F. Kelly. F for fair. Wouldn't think of overcharging a friend. Oh, I forgot. I locked it.
Howdy, Herbie.
Hello, Herbie boy.
Oh, Herbie's just wasted away to skin and bone.
It does appear his hide has some slack in it.
Pining away for you folk.
You're coming with us, Herbie.
Is it all right?
Sure, take her home.
Her?
Oh, I mean Ellie with the gorilla.
Come on, Herbie.
We take you home and fatten you up on some of Granny's possum soup.
Mr. Drysdale and I have some business to conclude before Herbie can leave.
We'll conclude it just as sure as this man's name is Thomas F. Kelly. F for fabulous. Do anything for a friend.
Fine. Say, that mean gorilla we fetched home from the zoo kind of tore up Herbie's working clothes.
Well, if he comes, I'll see that he gets clothes.
Good, because Granny just can't abide a bare ape.
And they won't be work clothes, and you'll buy them.
Listen, Tommy, I don't need you. I'll buy my own costume and put Miss Hathaway in it. You make a great gorilla.
Gee, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. I wouldn't wear one of these if it got me a proposal from Tarzan.
That's true, Hathaway. Are two of my dearest friends going to desert me in my hour of need?
Like you said, banker, money talks. But this time, let's hear it loud and clear.
How's that?
Keep talking.
Thomas F. Kelly. F for Fink. F for Finagler. F for Flimflammer.
How would you like F for fist?
Okay, but that's all you get. I need the rest of this to buy you clothes. Now, let's go.
Boy, that gorilla really flung Granny through them doors.
He did, for a fact. She must have carried 10 feet on the fly and another 5 on the bounce.
Surprised there weren't no bones broke.
Would have been if she'd have caught him.
Herbie here yet?
Well, no, not yet, Ellie.
Well, Granny wants to see you in the kitchen, Paul.
All right, you come out here and give Jethro a hand.
I'll give him 4 hands. Maybell's got 10.
Fine.
Ellie, that little old monkey ain't no help. I'll be glad when Herbie gets back. That scamp could really put out the work.
Now, listen here, Jethro. Herbie's my gorilla, and you ain't gonna work him up to a frazzle like you done before.
But that's the law of nature. Us smart ones makes the dumb ones do the work.
Well, if when you're so smart, you'd know that board look heap neater if you nailed it on the inside.
You didn't have to tell me that. I'd have figured it out for myself. up here.
Want to see me, Granny?
Yeah, Jed. Do you reckon the gorillas like hoe cakes and sorghum?
Well, I don't hardly see how that could happen. Why, yes.
Well, Ellie says that Herby has thinned down a lot. And I thought I'd try and fatten him up with some hoe cakes and sorghum and my special puree of possum.
Take it kind of easy on that rich food, Granny. Them gorillas seems to suffer a heap from heartburn.
Yeah. Even that ornery one that we fetched home from the zoo, he went around thumping himself.
They is a gassy bunch.
Speaking of that varmint from the zoo, he ripped and tore Herby's good clothes to ribbons. I've been trying to piece them together with your old pants and Ellie's. But I don't know if I'm able to...
Oh, Granny!
What happened to Jethro?
He whomped himself on the head with the axe.
Again?
Ellie, honey, you step outside. I think if I peel off Jethro's pants and sew them onto what I got...
Granny, I plumb forgot to tell you, Mr. Drydale said he was going to get Herby some clothes before he fetched him over.
Oh, fine. I hope they're good, stout work clothes. I got a lot of chores for him to do.
This is ridiculous. The Clampetts are expecting a gorilla, not King Farouk.
That did it. Step out here, I'll wipe up the ground with you, you miserable.
Chief, you paid $300 for those clothes he's wearing.
And I've got another 300 in that basket of gourmet food and vintage champagne.
Now, in all fairness, you did agree to Mr. Kelly's terms. He's to have special food and special treatment, and he's only to stay as long as he enjoys himself.
You've got me over a barrel now, Kelly, but you wait.
And that's another thing, Chief. In front of the Clampetts, remember to call him Herby.
How did he get that stupid name?
It seems that Jethro did some research in the gorilla because he eats only vegetation is called herbivorous. So to them, he's Herby. Right. Herby, herbivorous.
Oh, hi, Mr. Drydale. Miss Jane? Did you bring, Is this Herby?
That's him.
Dog, as he is dressed fit to kill.
Remember that.
Hey, everybody, Herby's here.
Mr. Clampett, what happened to the door?
Oh, Granny and that gorilla from the zoo had a little ruckus. Say, Herby, that could be your first job, helping me to fix the door. What's this?
Oh, that's a list of things Mr. Kelly, Herby doesn't like to do.
Where's Herby? Herby, don't you look grand? Why, you ain't skinny no more.
He does appear to have fleshed out some since we've seen him at the office.
Well, you see, Herby just had a tremendous meal.
Well, if it's grass and leaves again, he ain't fat. He's just bilious.
Grand.
Well, you wait and see. We'll be up all night with him walking the floor while he thumps himself.
Granny's got a special treat for you. Whole cake, sorghum, and pureed possum.
Herby's on a special diet. Mr. Kelly sent along a hamper of food.
Oh, let me give you a hand.
Who's Mr. Kelly?
Well, he's the man who owns Herby.
Ain't my victuals good enough for his dooted-up ape?
Oh, yeah, too good. You see, Herby's not used to such rich, delicious food.
Well, he'll need something to stick to his ribs when he's done with his chores. Don't you shake your head at me. I still got that hickory stick.
Now, Granny, don't go to squabbling right off.
All right. Whose suitcase?
Oh, this is Herby's. He brought along some sports clothes.
Sport clothes?
Yes, Bermuda shorts and other casual attire. He's quite fond of fun and games.
By the way, Granny, can Herby have a room of his own?
Would you like to go swimming in a cement pond, Herby? Do you know how to swim? Well, you might learn how if you watch me. Would you like that?
You seen anything of Herby?
Ain't he upstairs in his private boudoir?
I'm looking for him to do a little painting on the front door.
You ain't gonna get no work out of that playboy ape. Did you get a good look at the duds he's wearing?
It wasn't exactly work clothes.
Why, he looks like a hairy Diamond Jim Brady.
Granny? Mr. Drysdale said Herby's going to have his lunch out by the cement pond.
And that's another thing that riles me. Him bringing his own victuals like my cooking wasn't good enough.
Granny, maybe it's special gorilla food.
Yeah, a lot of like leaves and roots and stuff.
You mean he'd rather eat leaves than my puree of possum?
Well, reckon so.
Why, that big ornery no good.
Granny, I hefted that fancy basket of victuals that Mr. Kelly sent along, and take my word for it, it ain't leaves.
It's F. Kelly, F for freeloader. Look at this, caviar, broiled snails, pickled mushrooms, aged camembert cheese, chilled crab, vintage champagne.
There's no use getting upset. You've only yourself to blame for this.
Yes, you're right. I should have left you in the gorilla suit.
I'm not big enough.
Well, you would be after this $300 snack. Look at that Kelly.
Herby.
Herby Schmerby. Disgusting.
See that, Herby? That's sweet. So are you. You want me to swim some more?
Don't look, Chief. It will only aggravate you.
This is too much. I wonder what the sentence would be for murdering a gorilla.
Now, Chief, there's a man in that suit.
Luncheon is served, Herbert.
May? I don't want you drinking none of that gassed-up cider. Just go in the house.
Well, Herbie and me was fixing to have victuals.
Granny has got your lunch in the kitchen.
Well, I'd rather eat here.
Granny ain't in the mood for no more turn-downs. Now, scoot. Do like I say.
Yes, sir, Paul.
Herbie, I'll give you a little advice. Man to monkey. You done push Granny about as far as she'll push. Any more, and she'll turn your hide as pink as them rompers.
Bye, Granny. I'll see you later.
Are you hungry?
Starving. The sight of all that delicious food has made me ravenous.
Yeah. There ain't nothing tastier than puree of possum. Sit down, have some.
No, wait a minute. I didn't mean... Oh, no,
Oh, very good, Lizzie. I cooked up pretty near 3 gallons. Figured the gorilla for a whole gallon, but he's got his own kettle.
Well, you see, that's just it. I promised Herbie I would eat with him out by the pool.
Are you saying you'd rather eat with that ape than me?
Oh, no, of course not.
Are you saying that his victuals is better than mine?
Granny, there's nothing in the world like your puree of possum. Believe me.
Sit down. You can have the 8th gallon. Oh, Ellie, I'm going out to find Jed. Here, you dish up Mr. Drysdale a great big heaping heifer of possum. And make sure he gets plenty of giblets. Maybe you'll get the left hind foot. That's good luck. Jed, come in and sit to the table with Mr. Drysdale. We'll let that stuck-up gorilla eat by himself.
Now, Granny, before you go to bad-mouthing Herbie anymore, there's something you ought to know. Mr. Kelly that owns him has got to take a lot of the blame.
What you mean? He buys some fancy clothes.
Yeah, but he sure skimps on the victuals. You wouldn't believe what he's got that poor ape eating.
What?
Snails, toadstools, spiders.
No.
Yeah,
Spiders?
great big red one. Herby was sitting there cracking their bones trying to get at the marrow.
That's terrible.
But where he really saved money was on the cheese.
Bad, was it?
Boiled rotten. If Herby hadn't had the wind at his back, he'd never got it up to his mouth.
I hate to see an animal mistreated.
Me too. Granny, I got a notion. Why don't we buy Herby from Mr. Kelly?
By dingies, I like that. We'll get him into some good work clothes and make a self-respecting ape out of him. Don't deny it. You were sneaking back for seconds.
Yes, that's it.
Granny will fetch it. Come sit down. I want to talk to you.
Oh, what about?
Well, could you bring that Mr. Kelly over?
Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, I want to talk to him about buying Herby.
I don't think he'd sell. He's really wrapped up in that gorilla.
You just get him here. I'll talk to him.
Well, that's going to take a little thought.
Here, you can eat while you're thinking.
My doggy, she'll give you seconds, thirds, and fourths.
The left hind foot is in this batch.
Thanks, I'm going to need it.
They're on 34. Leads his flank to the right. Coil split to the left. There's the snap. Pitch goes back.
Now, listen, Kelly, we've got a problem. Don't shush me, fatso. While you were gorging yourself on caviar and crab, I had to choke down your gallon of possum puree. Well, at least I can get rid of the taste.
What's the big problem?
The problem is Jed Clampett wants to talk to Tom Kelly.
No problem. I take off the suit.
He wants to talk to you about buying Herby.
Still no problem. I take it off, you put it on. Clampett makes me an offer, I turn him down.
Great. Then you put me in the car, take me away, and we'll be through with this whole miserable business forever. Oh, Tommy, baby, I love you. Now, come on. We can change in my garage next door, and you take my car.
Jed, we're doing all the work, and that lazy good-for-nothing ape is strutting around like a movie star.
Things is going to change, Jethro. I'm fixing to buy that rascal.
Herby?
Quick as he's ours, we'll break him of them bad habits. Well, here's Mr. Kelly now. Howdy.
Hello, Mr. Clampett. Mr. Drysdale said you wanted to see me.
That's right. This here is Granny.
Howdy.
My nephew, Jethro.
Howdy.
Of course, you know Herby.
Sure.
I wouldn't hug him if he fed me spiders.
Well, Mr. Kelly, I'll come right to the point. We'd like to buy Herby.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, I couldn't sell this wonderful animal. Besides, gorillas are very expensive.
How expensive?
Oh, I'd have to charge you $10,000 for this fine animal.
I'll pay it.
10,000?
Cash are on the barrelhead. If there is more than that there, just keep the change.
Sold.
Well, Herby, you got a good home.
And good diddles.
And chores to do. Here, get to work.
Hey, come in here.
Well, there's the first bad habit to break him of, chasing cars.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here?
This has been a Filmways presentation.